Channel 4 News Miss Roby's class. Today I'm reporting to you about Alan Shepard. Alan Shepard is a very famous astronaut from New Hampshire. He was born in Derry, New Hampshire on November 18, 1923. He graduated from the Franklin Pierce University and went on to serve in World War II. He went to the moon after graduating from the U.S. Naval Academy. To learn more about Alan Shepard's career in space, let's go to Scout Nick Simon at the McAuliffe Shepard Discovery Center in Concord, New Hampshire. Scout Nick Simon reporting in the field at the McAuliffe Shepard Discovery Center on May 5, 1961 was Alan Shepard's first space flight. He became the first American in space. Although he flew the Freedom 7 spacecraft to an altitude of 116 miles, he did not orbit the Earth. For his second space flight, he joined the Apollo 14 mission to go to the moon. He landed on the moon on February 15, 1971. When he was on the moon, he played golf and collected a few moon rocks as test experiments for scientists.
All right, liftoff and the clock has started. Yes, sir, reading you loud and clear.
Fun fact, NASA stands for National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Alan Shepard was in space for 216 hours and 57 minutes. He went to the moon after he graduated from the U.S. Naval Academy, which was the day after D-Day. At the NASA Space Center, he oversaw all the activities and schedules of the astronauts and their training. He served as the president of the Mercury 7 Foundation.
3, 2, 1, 0, and liftoff! Liftoff. Americans return to space as Discovery clears the tower.
Fun fact, Alan Shepard was born in the same month as me. Now, back to Nick in the studio. Thank you, Scout Nick Simon. Alan Shepard married Louise Burr. They had 3 children, Laura, Juliana, and Alice.
Roger, 0J, and I feel fine. Capsule is turning around.
Fun fact, this is an actual boat that Alan Shepard made and can be found here at the Discovery Center. Now back to Scout Nick Simon at the McAuliffe Shepard Discovery Center. Thank you, Nick. After his second space flight, he continued working with NASA until he retired from NASA in 1974. He struggled with leukemia and died in Pebble Beach, California on July 21, 1998. If you are wondering what leukemia is, it is a blood cancer. Now back to Nick in the studio.
Discovery Houston, 20 seconds to LOS TDRS.
Roger, it's nice to be in orbit.
Fun fact, Alan Shepard was the first person to hit a golf ball on the moon. Thank you, Nick. I have a question for you. What is the Discovery Center like and what all is offered there? That is a great question, Nick. Here to help me answer it is Danielle, who works here at the McAuliffe Shepard Discovery Center. Danielle, what are some of the many great things students can see here when they visit?
Well, we have the theater, of course, where we have shows every hour. We also have an observatory where we have our telescope. And during the day, if it's sunny, we do solar observing. We have a special solar filter that we put on the telescope so you can look at the sun. We also have a lunar landing simulator, a space shuttle landing simulator, and a number of exhibits about the Earth, and about nutrition and various other things.
Thank you so much for your help, Danielle. Now back to Nick Simon in the studio. Thank you, Scout Nick Simon. A big thank you to the McAuliffe Shepard Discovery Center and Daniel for all their help. Thanks for watching this installment of Channel 4 News. I hope you enjoyed it and will visit the Discovery Center soon.
In the first stage of the Saturn V, we'll begin at 8.9 seconds.
And we'll stay with him now for the next minute and 45 seconds to launch.
Still go with Apollo 14. We'll go on internal power in the Saturn V launch vehicle at the 50-second mark in the count. At ignition and liftoff, we'll have more than 7.5 million pounds of thrust pushing the space vehicle off the launch pad. This is the heaviest Saturn V space vehicle to be launched thus far. Coming up on the 1 minute 20-second mark. 1 minute 20 seconds and counting, still go at this time. Third stage tanks now are pressurized according to our Stratus board here in the firing room. 1 minute 10 seconds and counting. This is Kennedy Launch Control coming up in 60 seconds. Mark, T-minus 60 seconds and counting. Still go with the count. First stage, tanks are now pressurized as our status board gives us a rundown on the automatic sequence. 50 seconds and counting. We've now gone on internal power on the internal batteries of the Saturn V as the count continues. 40 seconds and counting. Alan Shepard reports that he's performing his final guidance alignment, the final maneuver the astronauts perform before liftoff. 30 seconds and counting. Stu Russo just said, thanks, it's been a good count. 25 seconds and counting. We are still go. 20 seconds. Guidance alert. The guidance system now going internal. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. Ignition sequence start. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Launch commit. Liftoff. We have liftoff with Apollo 14. 3 minutes past the hour. The tower is clear.
Houston is controlling. Good thrust now. 60 seconds pitch and roll program started. 14 maneuvering to a proper flight course. 25 seconds.
Okay, Houston, roll complete.
Roger, roll complete. Shepard reports roll program completed. Pitch profile still in progress. 37 seconds. Mark, 1 Bravo now.
Okay, we're 1 Bravo.
Capcom, coordinate range number. Cabin pressure coming down, adjusting from sea level to a space environment.
We have a remote camera.
Status check in mission control, coming up all greens on the flight director's console.
In Houston, everything looks good here on the ground.
Roger.
1 minute, 19 seconds coming up on period of maximum aerodynamic pressure on the vehicle.
That camera you see is further downrange. It's down the Florida coast here, and apparently they've got a clear shot.
I think this is the Vero Beach camera, in fact, way down there. Yes, it looks great.
It's what, 60 miles down the coast.
1 minute, 35 seconds, 9 nautical miles in altitude, 5 nautical miles downrange. Velocity now reading 3,340 feet per second.
They've been through the first real test, that maximum dynamic pressure area that came at 1 minute, 25 seconds into the flight. That's where they get the maximum buffeting as they escape.
Pass through max Q.
Mode 1 Charlie. Mark, 1 Charlie now.
We're 1 Charlie. EDS auto's off.
We already seen the first
2
stage
minutes,
shut
5
down
seconds
now.
coming up on center engine shutdown. 2 minutes, 12 seconds, 20 nautical miles in altitude.
Inboard cutoff.
Roger, inboard.
Center engine shut down on time.
That's
2 minutes, 25 seconds, 25 nautical miles in altitude, 30 nautical miles downrange.
Another 15 seconds, all of those first stage engines cut down. The other 4 on the outer
Mark,
ring.
2 minutes, 35 seconds coming up on staging.
That's a great shot.
Beautiful.
There you go.
Roger.
And separation.
Roger.
Ignition on 5.
Roger.
Great. And next stage is
At
going.
staging, the Shepard crew now riding on 5 good second stage engines.
On 5 engine.
Look at that. You can see that big first stage
Roger,
dropping
we
back
confirm
there.
good thrust on all 5.
This is the one we hope to fly
The
back
giant
sometime in the
first stage
future.
falling away now. It's day's work done.
That's a frightening
3 minutes, 10 seconds coming up on skirt sep and tower jettison.
explosion when that thing separates. You think the whole thing's gone.
Should see it from the inside. You can see it, really.
There you see the tower jettison.
And now they can all look out. That's the tower that had more power than Al flew on before. There she is.
Roger that.
Great sequence.
That's the best picture.
3 minutes, 35 seconds, 14 now, 33 feet shorter, 9,000 pounds lighter, moving out well beyond the Earth's atmosphere. We show an altitude of 16 nautical miles.
That's the tower right at the top of the Saturn that would pull the command module free in case there were a catastrophic disaster in the
Mark, 3 minutes 55 seconds, 63 nautical miles in altitude, 143 nautical miles downrange, velocity now.
At 4 minutes, trajectory and guidance look good.
14, roger.